Hello everyone, it's Shane Kanto, your Wasteland reviewer, and I'm here to review Hitman. And this is the latest film from director Richard Linklater, who co-wrote this film with star Glen Powell. Glen Powell plays Gary Johnson, who is an unassuming and nerdy professor who winds up moonlighting as a hitman out of necessity for the police department, trying to capture people trying to enlist services. And when he falls in love with a woman who winds up trying to enlist his service, he winds up developing a relationship that causes all kinds of dangerous consequences. And this film has great use of narration in terms of framing how the film's going, the perceptions, how it's going, because Glen Powell is so charismatic and really understands the inner workings of his character. Glen Powell is extremely charismatic and brings so much to the table. He has a lot of range. He has to put on a lot of disguises and stuff like that, play things up. He's nerdy, unassuming kind of guy, which is really funny seeing Glen Powell like that. And then finds himself in this one specific character that he meets this woman in. And he's cool, he's suave, and he starts being this guy, pretending to be him, starts dating this woman played by Adria Arjona, who is also fantastic. She's extremely charismatic and brings a lot to this character. And just how sexy and seductive the two of them are with each other brings a lot of energy and dynamic to this relationship, and you don't get as much of that fiery kind of feeling in a lot of rom-coms today. But Linklater and Powell and Arjona are able to bring so much to this film in terms of fleshing out these characters, having their dynamic. They're just infectious to watch, to be perfectly honest. And you're in it, you're rooting for Gary to get the girl and find his confidence and become this better guy. Except he's making a lot of bad decisions, winds up having this very jealous man, Jasper, played by Austin Emilio, who also co-starred in Everybody Wants Him along with Glen Powell, really trying to get to the bottom of it. And he is such a scummy and jerk-off kind of guy, but he really works too as a character. And you have the likes of Retta, who plays Donna in Parks and Rec, amongst others who are in supporting roles in this film. Just these two leads are so charismatic and interesting, and they're dynamic, and watching them, seeing Glen Powell just flex so much in terms of what he can do as an actor is so much fun. The little scenes where he's meeting up with new clients and putting on these facades is a lot of fun. This film also has a sense of danger. There's one particular scene where you have Gary, who's wearing a wire, and his whole entire dynamic with Madison, Arjona's character. That scene is fantastic because just how they're playing it all off with each other is so great. It keeps escalating too and getting to some dark places. I'm not 100% sold on the ending of this film, because this film kind of leads to, writing yourself into a kind of a corner. And how can you wrap up this particular story with so much bad going on? Powell's character and Arjona's character make really bad decisions in terms of permanent things that are going to affect them. And it kind of leads into a no-win situation in the end. And the film kind of wraps up very cleanly. It's you're rooting for them, but you're also there has to kind of be consequences to all of this. So I'm not quite sure exactly how I feel about how this film wraps up and if it really feels satisfying. But in the end, this is an entertaining, sharp, well-written romance with so many fun other genre-bending elements to throw in there to make this such a great vehicle. And Linklater makes this effortlessly cool and slick in terms of how he directs his film, and Powell's just a star in the making, and his star is rising. This is the summer of Powell, when we get twisters as well. But this was a really fun, really entertaining, engaging, and engrossing, and in ways, very thought-provoking kind of film that leverages those crime elements to bolster this fantastic romance. But those are my thoughts on Hitman. Let me know what you think, and let's talk some movies. But thank you as always for tuning in and supporting your work, Wasteland Reviewer.